Hello. Why are there eggs on my desk? Because I just hobbled in from outside. And the reason I hobbled in, and the reason it's afternoon and I'm just picking up my camera, is because late last night after making here, I'll show you the eggies. 4 eggs, which means ghost chickens laying, but still no green. Nana Janet's feathers are... She looks like she's getting ready for a football game. She's got practically all her wings empty. I was helping, well, I'll preface this. Let me go back. The story starts earlier in the day. While I was still sleeping yesterday morning, my husband gives me an opportunity to sleep in on weekends and takes care of the household stuff like opening the chickens, letting the dogs out, all that. So on weekends he takes at least 2, sometimes all 3 of the dogs to a swimming hole, which during the season you can't bring dogs, but after swimming season's over, you can bring the dogs in. So he goes there, plays with Chester, his ever-present chuck it in his mouth. And Mushka goes and checks out stuff. But because it's also weekend, he usually peruses whatever tag sales are out. And we're having a tag, garage, yard, rummage, whatever you want to call it, sale this coming Saturday. A week from yesterday. Excuse me, I'm a little stuffed up. So he stopped in at one, and I guess he struck up a conversation with someone because they were looking at something or other, and he said, "Oh, we're having a tag sale next week, and we have a flat screen TV, the 37-inch used to be in our living room, which we bought for like $2,500 in 2004, that long ago. It's like a 9-year-old TV." So, and it had been sitting on a chair in the dining room for the last 4 years, 3 years. I know, it's ridiculous. We don't have the need for it. We were going to donate it to the local Elks Lodge. They poo-pooed it or whatever. So we decided we're just going to sell it at the tag sale. So he came home from this his little outing yesterday morning, brought breakfast. It was lovely, had coffee, all that. And mentions to me that he sold the TV. I said, "Okay, how much?" And he goes, $70. You have to disconnect the fact of how much you paid for it originally, because obviously you're never going to get that money back. We enjoyed it for years. Now we don't need it, and somebody else can use it. So it was father and son who were shopping together. The father was looking for a bigger screen to hook up his son's video games to, this would work out perfectly. So they struck a bargain, and Polly was going to go bring it. Well, when he got home, we kind of got distracted, and we had stuff to do, and then, I don't know, the whole day kind of disappeared. There may or may not have been an adult nap in there somewhere. Anyway. So last night, he's going up to bed, and Polly usually goes up to bed hours before I do, because I'm kind of a night owl. He's an early bird. Nice combination, because that means each one of us gets some alone time, which is very important in a relationship. So, I digress. He was going up to bed, and he said, "Oh, can you have the cord remote control and the TV ready for me? I'm going to drop it off tomorrow morning at 8. I'm thinking, well, I'm not going to be up at 8, so I better do it before I go to bed. So, right before I was going to bed, I thought, I was kind of judging it. I didn't really want to, because I know that TV was super heavy. I think it was 86 or 96 pounds. It was one of the first flat screens. It was definitely not the big baby got back monitor kind of thing, but it was still heavy. Way heavier, like 3 or 4 times heavier than the current flat screen TVs. And I was sitting on a chair, and I knew I didn't really want to pick it up, so I thought I would tilt it onto the floor and then scoot it into the living room, because I did not want to pick it up. Well, I scooted it onto the floor, tilted onto the floor, and then realized just how heavy it is, which is probably why I had originally put it on the kitchen chair and pushed it into the dining room, because it was so heavy I didn't want to lift it. And the chair legs were protected, so they just scooted along the hardwood floor. I feel like I really need to give you something prettier to look at. Man, you're just staring at the eggs. How about that? And I'm almost done with the story. So Paul gets up to go use the bathroom, so I hear him upstairs, and I look up the stairs, and he's there, and he's chit-chatting with me, and I'm like, I almost have the TV out, and then I turn, hoping not to drop the TV on my toes, because I needed to tilt it back the flat side where the base is, so the base is sitting on the floor. I must have turned awkwardly, because I was trying to avoid my uncovered toes from the 90-pound TV, and I heard a ripping sound, not in my clothes, in a muscle in the back of my left thigh, and it was excruciating instantaneously. First, it freaked the bejesus out of me because I thought, oh my god, what did I do? And as you know how when you are under stress and adrenaline starts to pump, and then you think, oh, I'll be okay. But then I took one look at Paulie, who heard me react, and he bolted down the stairs, and I looked at him, and I lost all sense of control. I was a blubbering idiot. I was freaked out. He didn't know what to do. He's like, do we need to go to emergency? He brought me some water. I kind of calmed down. I tried to sit down. I was able to put pressure on my leg. But OMG, the pain on the back of my thigh was ridiculous. Like literally you would think if you had severed, I don't know if anyone has, but this is what I imagine, like if you had severed the connection of your muscle to your, to where it's connected to the bones or near the bones, like something definitely was not right. So yeah, that's what happened last night. And that was about 2:30, 2:45 in the morning. And, of course, he's like, why are you lifting that? And I'm the man. I'm like, I'm no weakling. I could lift stuff, but I did it awkwardly, and I was trying to avoid my toes. Again, unprepared. So at that point, we're both wide awake. I'm debating whether we need to go to emergency or not. I calmed down. I didn't really need to take anything. I was going to take a couple of aspirins, but I'm like, I'm okay. And then we had thought about, well, do we need to ice this? What? So I just decided to go up to bed, stretch my leg out, relax, which really helped, and kick the dogs out from the bottom of the bed where they usually snuggle in, so I compensate around them. Instead, I really stretched out, and he let me, sleep in this morning. He brought breakfast in bed, which was very, very sweet. He delivered the TV. The guy was really excited. His son was really excited, so they set up the video games, and Paulie hung out for like an hour playing video games with them, which I think is really cute. So that was the adventures. So I'm thinking I'm going to go, I have been relaxing all day. I've checked on the chickens and all that. But I'm definitely going to go take a soak in the tub. Hopefully that will help alleviate. It's not pain per se anymore. It's definitely uncomfortable. It's a muscle strain. I don't think I ripped anything, because if I had really separated the muscle from, the muscle and tendons from where they were attached, I would know it instantaneously. Like, I would know I was not able to do it. Like right now I'm sitting, it's uncomfortable. It's kind of like if you've ever had a Charlie horse and then right after the Charlie horse is gone, you still feel that tense pressure in your muscle. That's what it feels like all the time. So I'm going to go and take a soak in the tub, but I wanted to make sure that I wasn't here by myself in case I fell, like if I lost, feeling in my leg. There was a little tingling last night, not so much this morning, but it's still uncomfortable. I just want to make sure that if my butt falls in the shower, in the tub, that Paulie's at least around, so I just gave him a call. He was out running errands. So I'm going to wait to get in the tub until he gets home, just on the off chance, because you just, safety is... an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure? Is that the saying? So I've just caught you up on what's going on. So that's why the eggies, I just hobbled back in from the coop. I did hear them lay the eggs because they're very vocal. And that's another thing that made me think, whenever they hear my voice, when I say hi ladies or hi girls, they calm down. So even if they are irritated for whatever reason, or if they're chit-chatty, I'm thinking... I've given Paulie instructions if he sees a baby monitor on good sale at a tag sale, to pick it up because I could put that in the coop and have the other end of the monitor in the house so I can talk to them, at least kind of calm them down, because I know that every time they lay an egg, they let us know. And I'm trying to be sensitive to our neighbors. I mean, having chicken, we don't have a rooster, so it's not like there's a rooster going off 24/7 or at any time. But I want to be sensitive to the fact that this used to be farmland, but it's not farmland now. So not all the neighbors want to be hearing chickens, so I want to see if there's a way that I could help them. Plus, if you play music to them, they're much happier chickens, so I'm thinking maybe I could just play some music to them over the baby monitor. You never know. So that's the idea. I've caught you up, and I've rambled for almost 11 minutes. So I'm just waiting for Polly to come back from his errands, and I'm going to go take a soak in the tub. And after that, I did get a package yesterday from Blitzy, which I need to do haul video of. It's going to be, by the time I post it, it's going to be too late. I'll put a link to Blitzy anyway. On Sundays, they have been having Sunday brunch specials. So they offer a 40% off coupon to be used on the highest priced item in your shopping cart if you buy $50 or more in one trip, which I think is pretty cool. It's kind of like the equivalent of going to a big box store, but you're supporting a small business or a smaller business. So I thought that was kind of interesting. So I'll include a link to that, although it will be too late for today, unfortunately. And then I also need to make up the menu for the week. I know we're going to go out a couple of times for dinner. So I'll at least post suggestions for those of you who like playing along or seeing the menu that we ordinarily would have. So since we're on vacation, we have, I think, 3 or 4 different gift cards to restaurants that we've gotten over the last year or so. We just keep saving them for when we're on vacations because it's so hard to plan a dinner out with Polly during the week because of his work schedule. So that's what's on the agenda for today. A nice soak, which I wish I had some Lush products. I am completely out of everything. I think I have Mr. Bubble. That's it. It's like my kitty emergency. So stay tuned. I'll hopefully ramble some more later. I probably should have warned you initially to grab a drink, so I'll probably suggest that initially in a screen message. The wonderful ability to edit. So we're on our way to the produce place. And Paulie's sporting his weird new gloves. I have no idea why he has them on. And we're listening to essential jazz. All we're missing is a smoke cloud and some doobies. Is that what you just did? Doobie? Alright, I'll show you what we get at the produce place. Oh, my granites. I'm gonna get one. Hi. So I'm sitting in the parking lot of Stop and Shop while Polly goes to argue the point that 4 of the items that he had in the shopping cart should have been 77 cents instead of 4 for $5. We'll see what happens when he comes back. But here's Mushki waiting for Daddy. I should have grabbed my iced tea. Since we just shopped at Stop and Shop, we got 20 cents off a gallon of gas, so we're gonna gas up for $3.23, which there was just an argument in the car because I have my cars, we're in my car right now, and the tank in my car is half full. So I said, why don't we come back in a couple of days when the tank is emptier and get a full tank worth of gas for 20 cents off? And Polly said, no, get it now. Okay, we're getting it now. I think that might be called boy logic. It's overcast and gloomy. And Polly's cooking tonight. So, no cooking for me. I think we're having baked potatoes and sliders, although I wanted to have glazed salmon in the oven. But, you know, since I'm not cooking, I have. Part of compromise is that there's certain things I'm willing to let go of. Although I really wanted salmon, we'll have sliders. So I'll just have salmon later, during the week. We're back. So we went to our local produce place, and I'll show you what we got there.
as well as our local Stop and Shop grocery store. We picked up some things we don't ordinarily pick up, in part because we're on vacation this week, so we'll be having lunches at home as well. So we spend a little more, but we also picked up some seasonal things like this luscious pomegranate, which I love. I eat that like popcorn. Cactus fruit, which I'm dying to bust into tonight. Scallions, celery, dill, nothing unusual. Romaine, bananas, some ground beef, cucumbers. This I picked up at our produce place. I'm eager to test this out. It's a vegetable dip. So it looks like it has roasted eggplant, peppers, garlic, onions, parsley. Should be interesting. I have some whole wheat chips. And at the grocery store, these were on special, 3 for $10. It's the Brookside dark chocolate. So I got the goji, acai, and pomegranate. We needed some potatoes. Obviously, I already busted into this Palm Antioxidant Super Tea, which is the green. They also have a white. It's really quite tasty, and I was super thirsty. I'm also trying this cherry green tea. Refresh, and it's a tart cherry from Cherry Bundi. The sugar-free peppermint mocha coffee mate, cauliflower, some cheddar cheese, sour cream, Polly's favorite whipped creamy whipped peanut butter, some mushrooms, cream cheese, which is a nice stock-up item because it lasts a long time in the cheese drawer, and then some frozen packages of spinach, which is always much more economical and smarter to have on hand than fresh spinach, particularly when you're cooking. If you're making a salad, I would say definitely fresh spinach. And then some broccoli pieces. They were 77 cents for each package. Some milk, and this was kind of a splurge, the apple cider. A couple of bottles of ginger ale, regular, and oh, you can't even see that. Regular and diet, because when this time of year it's nice to have ginger ale on hand. And then a bag of bagels that were made on Friday, so this whole bag was $2. So I was thinking savory pudding Monday this week, savory bread pudding. There's also cheese one that looks kind of interesting, so I picked that up. So that's our shopping for the week. Like I had mentioned, we are definitely going to go out on Tuesday, I think. And then, so we have some gift cards to use, and I think we're going to head to IKEA on Tuesday and Hobby Lobby. So I'm really want to cut into this. So there you go. That's the produce for the week. I think hubby's going to make sliders and pop in some baked potatoes, so I'm going to preheat the oven so he can put that in, and then I'll put away the groceries, even though I went with him, but he's already watching a football game in the living room, so as you can hear in the background. So I'm going to go enjoy my Palm Antioxidant green tea. It's a 16-ounce container. I'll polish that off in no time. So there you go. Maybe I'll show you what dinner looks like a little later. We just had the loveliest meal of peas, baked potatoes, and bunless burgers with sauteed mushrooms and onions, and I didn't have to cook because Paulie made everything himself. So it was really nice. He's giving me a chance to rest my leg on the couch, no, on the chair, in the living room, underneath the blankie, just hanging out. So I thought I'd say goodnight to everybody. I'd pan over to him over here, but I can't.
Naked.
That's why I can't. So I'm concentrating on me, away from him, because you know it is still a PG channel. So thank you for stopping by and going shopping with us today. I need to get something to drink. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. So that's it for today. Don't forget to thumbs up. It's free for you and it helps me out. And I will see you all tomorrow, October 14th. Good night.